not drink mushrooms. wait. We have to. I have to see my friends coming in. Get this guy. Sorry, I was totally just jamming. I was like, oh man, this is a nice vibe. Yeah. And then I hear boom, 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 boom. What's up, Indies? How you guys doing? Welcome in, Raiders. How was the stream? A nice afternoon stream for our East Coast fam. We're just getting our day started over here on the West Coast, which is I don't know how that is, but I'm not gonna judge about it. I'm just gonna keep rolling. But we are gonna make some coffee, which is what we normally do on Tuesdays. But welcome in, Indie brother, Familia. Had a friend on with you today. Let's go. Wait, is this is Tom? Tom, I'm assuming, because you've said that you're the only one that really talks from this specific account. And Sam Swanson solo did a feature. Let's go. Tom solo streaming today. Okay, let's go. I love that, dude. And welcome in Sam Swanson then. So I'm gonna watch. Because the guy I used to watch the stream, it turned out to be. I start every time I turn to watch. Oh, killer princess! Well, welcome back. It's good to have you, wherever you're at. I hope you're having a good experience across Twitch or any other platform you're on. I would hate for it to be one that's not good in any way. Even if it's here, I'd hope that you can find a space that feels good for your mental, because that's very important. But I hope that you can find that here as well. So welcome back. It's good to see you, Molly. And sorry, Indie brothers and all the Raiders. I do need to welcome some people in, just even my own crew, because I hadn't even started stream yet. But we've got Sam Swanson music right here in chat. What's up, man? Dude, I'm assuming that you stream as well, or are you just a musician and you're considering starting streaming? I have not had the privilege of catching a Sam Swanson stream that I'm aware of, so I have to be enlightened. And we have got a hydrate from the one and only Malia, Queen of Hydration. Hello, Malia. I don't have my keyboard today. You guys are walking on the table that we've built our fire on. So I'm gonna be making coffee right from here. In other words, I do have my table. It just is covered up by this, or I have my keyboard. It's just covered up by this tabletop cardboard. We burned down the keyboard. Hype to raid into the Closure Cafe. Let's go, Indie bros. I was working on stuff, but I heard meetings happening in the house yesterday, and I'm excited for all things. I'll just say that. Haven't started streaming yet. Just tested it out with the indies. Thanks for love. Let's go, y'all. If you want to catch another musician here in the Twitch first, we got Helena Meyer as well. Oh my God. Gonna be lurking, but it's good to see everyone. What's up, Helena? Just added Haunted to my indie playlist on Spotify. That song is straight up perfection. Dude, thank you so much. Infrared, I appreciate it. That one means a lot to me. It was fun to release. Thanks for tossing that on a Spotify playlist, man. I appreciate it. You should change Closure Club to X Closure Unlimited War. You're right, Sonny. You're right, and I actually will do that. Starburst, yes, we released a Patreon song just last night. So that is now out for those involved in the Patreon. But I'm not shutting myself out. I don't know why I'm talking about my stuff right now. Oh, it's because infrared. Thank you. I was saying, Sam Swanson. If you want to catch another musician here in the Twitchverse that will be up and coming, hopefully doing some streams, you'll be able to surely any technical difficulties and stuff. Chat is normally pretty helpful with, or they're not helpful at all. But just to prepare you. But we'll we'll see if we can get some fam in there ready for your next stream. I'm gonna follow you up, my friend, and we'll have to catch a stream from the Sam Swanson Music channel. I have followed everybody else. If you are in here and you're active and you want to show some love to another up and coming musician here in the Twitchverse, hop on over to the Sam Swanson Music channel and hit the follow button so you can find out when their next stream will be. That is about the best way to say yes, Indie Bros. Chat is chat, so it depends on the day for sure. Odin, welcome in. What's up? The audacity who gave you the right. I'm mad at so good and emotional lyrics perfection. I just want to stay with each track every month. Oh man, Sonny, thank you. What? Thank you, Sonia. That's one of the sadder songs I've written in a long time. But it's like, yeah. Well, we're doing a song story today, right? It's just not that one, of course. But so I'll talk about music. I'll talk about music here in a bit. All right, lurk away, Helena. Enjoy it. I'm going to get my coffee started. I need to wash the filter. Adult Newborn, what's up? Welcome in. It's good to see you. I feel like it's been a while since I've seen you. For sure, Sam Swanson. Dude, I'm excited to hear a stream. I'm bummed that I missed you over with the Indie Bros. What a change of pace. Did I see my sister in here? I didn't get to like even say hello to everyone. I feel like I'm kind of just still streaming from last night, so that's the vibe right now. Let's put this here, keep everything weighted. We got the Unjust in here. Enjoy your lurk, Unjust. We'll be keeping the campfire easy music vibes. What's Infrared. Oh, I just saw your comment said Twitch recommended the Closer Club. Wow, let's go. Let us go. Let us go. Come on. Whiffy asked what Pokemon you are. I actually don't know. I do not know. I think I was still just playing music. And Mel gifted 3 subs. Wait. Mel, thank you for the gifted subs to Pete, Green Guy, and Strong One. To Green Guy Music got one. Let's go. Thank you, Mel. Oh, Shimo was in here as well. Oh my gosh. I think I might have seen William as well, but everything's moved, so I can't see any, up that high anymore. We had some fam come through. Oh yeah, my sister's in here. What's up, Jess? We got Passion. Passion's back. Welcome back, Passion. How did you rest? My chat stream appears to be frozen though. Oh yeah, it's moving up here on my screen. Maybe exit the app and come back. That might work. All right, guys, we're making our coffee. I am in much need of caffeine, as we all know how it goes. All right. Back and flowing. Let's go. Kuya, what's up, man? I'll take a latte with oat milk. I got you, Kuya. I should start writing down people's orders over on the side, actually. Here's our coffee of the morning. From the wonderful Merit of Texas. I believe San Antonio originally. Does it say on here? Yep, it does. San Antonio. Right there in front. La Curandera. Let's go. This is a very good coffee. I'm not sponsored. I just love Merit. Merit's my favorite coffee shop in Texas. There is another one. Actually, it's called Indy. There's another coffee shop called Indy in San Antonio that is actually incredible, and I love theirs as well. But I haven't been to San Antonio in a long time, and Merit has locations kind of all around. House Ginger, what's up? Curandera. Oh, I need my scale. What am I doing? I'm like about to pour, and I don't even know what I'm pouring. All right. We've got scale. Everything is better in Texas. DJ Joker. I mean, I don't know about that, but it definitely is bigger. And sometimes bigger is better. All right, we need our first 50. This feels really dangerous, doing this on just basically a piece of cardboard on top of my keyboard, but I mean, I'm gonna play later. I will, Passion. I will be playing some music for sure. Yeah, we'll be doing some tunes, cause we're doing a song story today, so I've got to at least play that one. Chadley, Jinley, and Ginger, I'm doing well. How are you? Town, you got boba? Wait, did you post about it in Discord? Is that where you have announced your boba experience? I can't believe you got boba. We've been waiting for you to try boba for so long. Let's go 150. Taro and chocolate cup. Ooh, interesting. Wait, you got two different ones, or was it like mixed together? Right, Starburst. Cuban coffee. The song Fire yet? I've been waiting patiently to add it to my Spotify list. Killer Princess, that's a good question. That one I probably won't release for a while. It's got to go through quite a bit of work once I find the right person to work on that one. Taro was better than classic boba. One I had last time, but not as good as the mango one. Okay. Had another dream when I fell asleep. Uh-oh, Sonny, how'd that go? Not so great today. No, Ginger, I'm sorry. turns around. Okay, I see you, DJ. Yeah, that kind of coffee wakes you up for sure. Sonny, the traumatizing hairstyles of your dreams. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Yo, I'm so ready for this coffee right now. Sonato's in the dream as well. Absolutely, House Ginger. You got the fam with you. Only 7 months so you can cut the hair. Wait, why 7 months? It's bad if you give me a reason or like a moment where, because then it's TwitchCon. Oh my gosh, should I cut my hair at TwitchCon? I don't know if I can make it that long. Boyan, what's up, man? How's the stream? You did during the day stream. Have you been doing that for a while now? He says, good morning. All right, let's see. Dude, Boyan, thank you so much for bringing the fam over to the Closure Club. Let's go. It is the cafe this morning. I just poured my last pour of this coffee. I'm about to dive into. Don't do them very often. Wish I could. Love AM streams. I know, right, Boyan? Of course, there's not much left of the AM for mine, but it still is an AM for me. True, Boyan. Yeah, it's helpful for everybody else. Last I checked, Talent, and I pinned the comment at the top of the general chat, but I believe "Jealous" was the song at the top of the voting for the story today. And still is, yes. I think "Jealous" is the one. Which means we'll be talking about the story behind the song "Jealous" today. I don't think I've ever played "Jealous" on guitar. Let's see how the lyrics go. Tell me which mistake did I make?
Before, but she didn't love me.
Feels like I loved and lost what they told me forever should be. So depressing to think that was it while you turned 23. I'm just out here trying to make it, but I'm running out of time to take it. If I lose another day, then that's the most jealous. If I never ran away, then you wouldn't even have to see it. You settled for another minute. That's the most jealous I've ever been. I've ever been. Ever been. That's the most jealous. Just got my final exam scheduled for April, and I am not ready for it, so I shall burn the midnight oil to my designing assignment. Alrighty. Thanks, Sonny. Sounds good. Get it done. You got this. You can send me a random song. If it upstands, I can send me more. DJ. Oh, you're talking about some recording? Found out my flowers down the whole stream. Oh my gosh, boy. Thanks, Stella. Boy, that's the worst, dude. I'm sorry, mate. Do whiskey for Sonata. Is Sonata here? Okay, let's see. Let's move the coffee stuff. Our coffee is made. Just out here trying to make it. Time to take it. It's the most jealous I've ever been. Ever been. Ever been. That's the most jealous I've ever been. That I've ever been. Flawed emotion. Ooh, that's kind of beautiful. Welcome in, man. Welcome, welcome. Boba number 2. Yes, Talon. Trial the boba. Oh, this might be the best one. Is that the coffee one? Joker. That would be sick. I've got to hear some of your stuff, and your stuff sounds awesome. I feel like I'm definitely in the middle of multiple collaborations at the moment. I'm like, honestly, kind of barely even getting those done. Tastes like Nesquik. Chocolate with coffee. Like coffee Nesquik. Chocolate and coffee would be like chocolate. Charlie Nesquik. Fam, cheers. Here's to your morning coffee. Here's to your morning coffee. We had some La Curianda today from Merritt. Cheers, everybody. Some chaffee. Yeah, it's probably chaffee. Yes. Yes, coffee. Oh my gosh. Why? Why is it so good? We got Louis, Elemental P. What's up, man? How are you? He says, hello? Coffee, Nesquik. Let's see. It's 17. Feels like a good number. No. Elemental PQ. I'll change my name. I think I've used this one before for something. So we're just gonna use it. Yes. Nice. Nice, DJ. Well, welcome in, man. Literally updates his username just to Elemental PQ. Qofficial. That's a little intense, man. Hope you're okay. Everything's good. Wait, Helena, when was your front page? Afternoon. Okay, nice. Yeah, that must have been why I missed it. I was probably getting ready for stream. Dang, it sucks I missed it. But it was good. That's awesome. Congrats, Elena. Let's go. That wasn't your first one though, right? I feel like you've been on front page before. That's intense, Passion. Also, do you want me to call you Zeft or Passion? Unacceptably okay, dude. I love that, dude. We got some good usernames in here today. What's up, man? Welcome in. I think it was my third. The second was Charity Stream. Okay, nice, Helena. Oh, that's interesting. Charity front page stream. DJ, love to talk about it. Love to talk about it, my friend. But if you want to remix something and send it to me, I'm all ears, man. I always listen to what you send me. Okay, Megs. Have a good rest of your day. The alphabet song thing again. Helena's like, yes, they did. All the way from South Africa. South Africa. What's up, man? Welcome in. Thanks for hanging with us. I do like Haribo gummy bears. That's true. Oh my gosh, Elemental. Louis, that's crazy. Vintage names. I don't know if I've even tried those yet, Talon. Let's see. Let's do some, let's do a little bit of Jealous. Yay! Oh, no. I've had Haribo, but I have not had the little cola bottles. I've seen them before, though. I do like sour. Yeah, I like sour gummy worms or something. Jess, I'm dead. Oh, I've been dying to call, but can't pick up my phone. Tell me which damn mistake that I've made. It's gonna be all alone, all alone. I think we should talk, but if you don't, I'll just write a song. How can I tell you I love you? No pressure at all, none at all. I'm just out here trying to make it, but I'm running out of time to take it. If I lose another day, that's the most jealous. If I ever waited, I wouldn't even have to sing it. You settle for another minute. That's the most jealous. Of course, I'd pick a key higher than I wrote it in. And to get started this today. Wait, Louis, you didn't know I had a sister? She's my legitimate sister, my actual blood sister. What? There's no way that it's not come up. Like how I'm an uncle now. I'm dead. It's alright. You've had a lot you're thinking about, man. Also, Sigaros, I haven't seen that name in a long time. Unacceptably, that's a cool vibe. I appreciate that. Oh, I've been dying to call. I can't pick up my phone. No, tell me which step mistake did I make? It's got me all alone, all alone. I think we should talk, but if you don't, I'll just write a song. Tell me which now. Can I tell you I love you? No pressure at all, not at all. I'm just how you trying to make it, I lose another day, then that's the most jealous. If you'd ever ran away, then wouldn't you have to sing it? You settle for another man. That's the most jealous. How many more will it cost before I give up a dream? 'Cause I laid it down once before, but she didn't love me. Feels like I loved and lost what they told me forever should be. So depressing to think that was it. While you turned 23. How you trying to make it, and I'm running out of time to take it. If I lose another day, then that's the most jealous. If you never ran away, then I wouldn't even have to sing it. You settle for another man. That's the most jealous. I'm say trying to make it, running out of time to take it. If I lose another day, then that's the most jealous. If you never ran away, then I wouldn't even have to sing it. You settle for another man. That's the most jealous I've ever been. Ever been. That's the most jealous I've ever been. I've ever been. I've ever been. That's the most jealous that I've ever been. Melanie just got home from school. Nice. We are just hanging in the cafe, sipping some coffee we just made. And getting ready to talk about story behind the song Jealous. Spill the story. Also, Louis, my guy, I think that's the only file type that exists for those. I did not think to switch to RAR, but I can double check. Yeah, no problem. Sorry, I saw it when I was getting up and I got up rushed because I was like, oh shit. Oh, sorry. I do my best not to, that's not necessarily true, but I do my best not to curse on stream. I'm dead. But that is how I woke up. And I said, oh no, I'm late. And I saw your text and I just remembered that it was on there when I opened up my phone. Let's see. We're doing Jealous. I'm just out here trying to make it, but I'm running out of time to take it. If I lose another day, then that's the most jealous. I'm dead, Zeft. Right. Oh my gosh. Nobody's just kinder not to, you know? So is he the all along? That's not a swear. No, that's definitely not true. We all know it was you, Talon. So don't try to pin that on me, because you taught me how to swear too. I didn't know how to swear before I met you, Talon. I didn't know how. And now I know how to do it. All right, we're gonna talk about a song, the story behind the song. How about that? This is a tune. This is a story you guys have been waiting for a long time. It didn't take nearly as long to reach the community goal. So for anyone who is not aware, we do a community goal. Ooh, J-Bow with the all caps. I love to see it. You know, the lowercase was a vibe, but this is really clean. It's nice and square, you know? For anyone who's unaware, on Tuesdays, every once in a while, if we have hit the community goal of channel point redemption, which is normally a lot of channel points. One time we did 1 million channel points. Is that right? Did we do 1 million channel points one time? I think that's what it was. It was either that or it was 100,000, but I'm pretty sure we did 1 million for one of the stories behind the song. This time we did not do nearly that many, but it was still a lot. It's because he did 12 streams in the car. I think that last time was. Ginny Kitty says it was 1 million. So the community raised 1 million channel points, and we got to hear the story behind the song, which that's a lot of channel points, y'all. But you guys just, like, when we did like 100,000 or like 50K or something, like or whatever it was, we hit it in like 2 days, and it was like, that wasn't a challenge at all. Gotta make it a challenge. But then 1 million was a lot. Con Snell, welcome back. It's good to see you. Zapped, I'm dead. All right, we'll do an emo only here when we play the tune. I remember because I know, Ginny, we had to remind people to pay their rent to the community challenge. Inflation with 1 million points. Stop, you guys. But I'll just say, for anyone who is unaware, we do community channel point goals, which is a fun thing you can do here in the Twitch platform. To raise points to hear the story behind the tune. And so we've done that again. It was not 1 million points this time, but it was still a lot. And did the poll within our Discord channel of what song did they want to hear a story behind. And you guys voted for Jealous. Though it was close. It was actually close all the way around. Like literally between all four of them, it was close. They all four were within 4 votes. We voted between Chasing Circles, Haunted, Jealous, and Say It Back were the 4 that we voted between. And we picked Jealous. Who would press all 4? Technically, I pressed all 4 because I had to set it up. But why is it so nice right now? I'm so into this like 1, 2, 3, 4 walk up these days. Also, welcome in, Kaylee. How are you? It's good to see you. Always good to see you in the cafe. Jinso, we're not streaming tonight. No, it's a Tuesday, but we will be streaming tomorrow night. You guys are all going to know the number system by the end of the existence of the Closure Club. All right. You guys ready for the story behind Jealous and the writing of this song? Man, honestly, it's kind of emo. For those of you that have heard the stories behind my other songs, this one will make a lot of sense. And really, if you've heard, we started our story behind the songs with the song Fire. So for anyone who was around for that one, which was the first story we ever told, that one, I think I spent like an hour telling that story. It was a really long time. And it really did create the foundation and like context for all of the other ones because it was the most like all-encompassing of kind of all the songs. That one is really kind of the most all-encompassing as far as the details goes, and of something that has happened. That's something that happened to me in my now past, and that experience has fueled and given word to a lot of the songs that I write to this day. Even literally up until this day, there's still things I feel like I learn about that whole situation, whether about myself or about other people or about things I'm working through or dealing with people to this day. It's like, oh yeah, I think I see where this came from. And that whole process of learning those things is what writing music is for me. So I'll write a song, and that's kind of how I learn lessons or learn things about what I've been through, what I needed to process, right? So, Jealous. I kind of just sang it, but I'll sing it as I go through this tune. So you'll hear this song a lot this stream, and I apologize, but this stream is built around the story behind the song Jealous. So that's what you stepped into today. It's Closure Cafe, and we are telling the story behind the song Jealous. Tell me which damn mistake did I make? It's got me all alone, all alone. I think we should talk, but if you don't, I'll just write a song. How can I tell you I love you? No pressure at all, none at all. I'm just out here trying to make it, but I'm running out of time to take it. If I lose another day, then that's the most jealous. If you never ran away, then I wouldn't even have to sing it. You settle for another minute. That's the most jealous I've ever been, ever been, ever been. That's the most jealous I've ever been, I've ever been, ever been. That's the most jealous. How many more will it cost before I give up a dream? 'Cause I laid it down once before, but she didn't love me, love me. Feels like I loved and lost what they told me forever should be. So depressing to think that was it when you turned 23. No, I'm just out here trying to make it, but I'm running out of time to take it. If I lose another day, then that's the most jealous. If you never ran away, then I wouldn't even have to sing it. You settle for another minute. That's the most jealous I've ever been, I've ever been, I've ever been. That's the most jealous I've ever been, I've ever been, ever been. That's the most jealous. So, those are lyrics to Jealous. I wonder if I could find a way to pull them up, because that'd actually be kind of cool. No, 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 no. In fact, I may know how I can do it. Yeah. Gotta reset before I hit the gym. Let's go, Pern Dog. Enjoy the gym, my friend. And thank you so much for the resub. 9 months. Let's go, dude. Thanks for sticking with me, dude. Nice, Stella. I have it here. It's just it's about how I could maybe get it up onto the screen, which I think I have an idea, and I'm going to give it a shot. See if I can do it with my phone. See you, Pern. Have a good one, my friend. Always wonderful to see you. No, no, no. Oh. Oh, I can't screen share from my phone, so no, I can't do it that way. What's up, adult? How was your drive? In that case, we will not do that. Or I can do this. Haha. Yay. Yay. This is the way to do it right here. Or got in the way of me hearing story behind the song. Mel, what do you mean? You have to go? Do you have to go? Nice. Check this out. All right, so fun context right here at the beginning. Oh, nice. It's got like a lot of on there. Yo, I have like everything. You literally get to see everything in there. All right, so yes. Fun fact. There are often a lot of awful words in my songs when I write them. And then I finish writing them and I decide which ones, if those words, if they do happen to make it into a song, I decide which ones are just entirely unnecessary and which ones are like, oh no, that one actually is a like, this is like, it's hard to bounce. This is an interesting thought, but I think there are actually like pure ways to use some of the most awful words that exist in the English language. And if it doesn't feel pure to me, like it doesn't feel correct or like it was meant for the correct reason, if that makes sense, then it's like, this doesn't need to be in here. For example, when people say, let's see, what's a good example? Also, I'm trying to think, but also I need to welcome in Nathan V. Nathan V, welcome in to the stream, to the cafe, the Closure Cafe, where we are today talking about the story behind the song Jealous. I actually don't even know if these lyrics are entirely correct. And they're probably not, obviously, because you see from the beginning that it's not correct. But I'll have to see if they actually stay correct, because this is just the note. I haven't really written them down anywhere, except probably Patreon. What's up, Nathan? Exactly, Jess. Except you wouldn't be able to control who's in there, so Zoom is probably better for that. But there are great ways, actually. But what I'm using is OBS, and you definitely could have used OBS in Zoom, and that would have made all of your remote teaching way easier for sure. Exactly, Talon. And when it's just the word, when it's just the like, when it's just used to add like more emphasis to something, it's like, okay, that's like, we're being excessive, and then also we're being isolating, because a lot of people will hear that and not want to hear that, which is totally fair as well. And something I don't love, I don't love it when it's just like all the time out of some people's mouths. It's like, because not even because like, oh, that's annoying to me or offensive to me. It's more so just like, oh, you're like kind of like you're diminishing the like value of a word that actually holds a lot of weight, like more so than others, which is why we kind of shouldn't. I don't think it should be used a lot, because it means something. In the same way that like the word love means something. It's like, I try not to, but it's so easy to be like, oh man, I love coffee, or oh man, like I love it when whatever, like something that's just totally like not a big deal. And then you use that same word, you're like, oh man, I love you, when you're telling that to somebody. And it's like, you've diminished the value and exactly the power of that word by using it in a bunch of different ways. And we do that, and we've culturally done that with the word love. So that's like, and I do it. I'm not talking about something that I don't do. I'm saying this is just what we as humans do. But for any kind of word, like, oh man, I don't want to just say them just to say them. It's like, I don't mind singing them, but just saying them, it's like, that's how much weight they carry. I don't even like just saying them out loud. But when they fit in art, it's like, if they fit correctly in art, it's like, man, that's powerful. The Albanese sugar freeze, be ready for surviving lockdown. Oh, you guys, wait, is there lockdown happening? I guess I'm just coffee to him. Ryan, what's up, man? Late to the raid, I'm dead. Nathan, how was your stream, bro? And welcome in, Lexi. Right, Lexi, right. Yeah, I'm talking about really just words in general, but yes, surrounding swearing. Surrounding cursing. Anyways, at least in whether I'm good at doing it in whatever particular season of life where I am using however many whatever words in the way that they properly should be used or not, that's irrelevant. And just a much sadder conversation, because I'm probably awful at it. But in my art that I want people to hear, I have to be very particular about it. So all that to say, in this first line, you're literally already seeing that when I wrote it, when I felt it, when I was putting these words down of like, what did I feel like when I felt like this is something I need to do, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. And I had written, fuck, I've been dying to call, but can't pick up my phone. Because that's how I felt. And I have felt that in numerous other times as well, where that's the only, like, it's literally like, I have nothing else I can say. I'm pacing. I'm literally pacing in a room, just like, I have to say something. I have to do something, but there's nothing you can do. Eventually, after I wrote it, I realized that for two reasons, it was unnecessary, despite the fact that I do feel like that was accurate. It was unnecessary and not artistically used well enough for it to exist in the actual piece of art. I think there is a file, though, where, because I did record it that way, but I later took it out. I think it's because it's being used as just like an emphasis rather than actually being used in an artistic way, or like in a proper like way to describe a feeling or something that's happening. And the emphasis, like, it just didn't seem like it was enough for it to stay, at least in the version I released. So I took it out. But that's how it was originally written. It's how it was originally recorded. But it's trying to create the picture of you, the same thing that had happened to me, of you pacing in your room, thinking that something is about to fall apart if you don't say something. If you don't act now, like, you're about to lose something that you will regret losing for the rest of your life. And how does that make you feel? Like, how would that make you feel? Where you're like on the edge of like an action that actually could be so simple, but like you just have to like do it or not. So that's the feeling you start the song with, and then talking to yourself, tell me, which damn mistake did I make that's got me all alone? So you're thinking like, what actually got me to this point? Like, what did I do? What did I say? What have I not said? What have I, to pull in the song we wrote this week, like, what have I just waited too long to think about? What have I done? What have I done? And that one, I guess, damn is a lot less of a like weighty curse than fuck is. Wow, we're just like gonna say them all. But that one made sense to me because it was like I would be sitting here like saying like that mistake was awful, like, in something that I wish I could take out. I would damn that mistake from the like story of my life. I would want to remove that mistake from the story of my life. I don't know how else to say it. It was correct in that moment. But which mistake? So the confusion of like, what is it? What is it, right? We could totally add a swear jar to the Closure Club. That'd actually be funny. Hey, you guys stepped into story behind the song, and this is it. So I can't like, I either need to not do story behind the song and just let you have them, you know, or it's how it is. Cadence, what's up, man? Yeah, we are. Well, this is our cafe stream, so we make coffee and hang out. And today we're talking about the story behind the song Jealous. So further in this verse, we're trying to paint this story, right? And I think we should talk, but if you don't, I'll just write a song. So this has happened to me in a number of times in my life. But this one in particular, where if you remember the story from Fire or some of the earlier songs, you remember that there was a conversation that was supposed to be had, and it wasn't able to happen. Like it was essentially that opportunity was denied. And so I just needed to have a conversation that would bring closure to a situation or an experience or a relationship that had been in existence for 7 or so years. Exactly, Helena. And you get it. It is just like, it's lazy and it's filler, in the same way that we or people often it fits into vocabulary and it becomes lazy and filler in it. And it's like, if you're gonna diminish the power of a word, then it's like, we do it, so it's okay, but it's just kind of like it's a bummer. And I would hate to do that with a piece of art, whereas I may do that with my actual mouth. I may say, "Oh man, that's awesome," a lot, and with my mouth I diminish that word. But if I'm gonna put it in a song, it's like it needs to like carry its weight, because songs live longer than just our words do. Are often mostly curses. Needs a lot of edits to find the suitable adjectives. Exactly. And sometimes that's all you can do as well. It's a good point, Sonia. Sometimes it's all you can do is like, I don't even have words for this. I just have a feeling, and the feeling brings this like this, and I only have one word for it because it's what we all collectively use when we're in pain, and it's this. And so you put them in there, but later going back, it's like, this doesn't actually like accurately describe or artistically like tell a story. It just is me being mad. And it's like, there's room for that, but I need this to actually convey something. And these words don't really, you can't just toss a bunch of them in there and expect it to convey something, Rick, welcome in. How are you? Thanks for the follow. I feel that, Talon. I feel that. That's interesting. Otherwise, you just end up being the person who cries. Man. It's all part of the process. So the story with fire fits into this verse really well because, no, it's just keeping me warm, MV country girl. Think we should talk, but if you don't, I'll just write a song. So this is a line that just talks about my own process in how I process feelings and situations. Is if I think a conversation needs to be had and I'm denied that opportunity to have that conversation, I'm just gonna write a song about it instead, because I still have to talk about it. And if I can't do that with the person that it needs to be talked about with, then this is how I'll do it. Alternatively, I also sometimes mistakenly am the one that's like, I end up not having a conversation. And it's not because I don't think one needs to be had, but it's because I went and wrote a song, or I went and had that thought about it, and therefore I had that conversation in my mind. I like legitimately sat down in front of somebody in my head and was like, how would this conversation go? It's like, I need to have this. And you have it, and you kind of go down every possible like thing any person could say in any given moment, and talk. Like, I do that. Like, it's weird, it's very strange, but like legitimately, like if I'm feeling something, sometimes I have to just like, I think through it, and I think through that conversation. And then often, this has happened actually a decent amount in my life, where I find out that somebody needed to have a conversation with me, and it wasn't that I denied them that. I wasn't trying to like not have a conversation, but I realized I was fine because I kind of did. Like, I thought through every potential thing on my own, without needing to have that conversation with somebody. And that's equally as bad. Like, that's literally equally as bad. It's maybe even worse because I'm like entirely ignorant to the fact that somebody needs to have one with me. And so I'm all to say, I'm awful. You ever worry about having those conversations in your head shuts you off from? Yes, talent, because they do. That's what I'm saying is that has happened. That's happened with people in my life before. And then I end up never having that conversation, and finding out later that it's like, well, we never talked about that. And it's like, I never felt like we had to. I guess I processed it on my own, like, which isn't actually processing something, because you did it entirely on your own when it's something between you and someone else. Like, you can't assume everything somebody is going to say. I think I can, because the amount I'll think about something, I'll believe that I've assumed and I've like actually gone through every potential thing they could say. But you can't, like, you really can't do that. You need to have those conversations. So this is a challenge to me as well. But in this situation particularly that I'm writing about, it was not me that had a conversation on my own and therefore a conversation was left unhad. It was a conversation was left unhad and I was denied that, and therefore I had to find a way on my own to have that conversation. And so saying, I think we should talk, but if you don't, I'll just write a song. And that's what I did. The fourth line of verse 1 is, how can I tell you I love you? No pressure at all. And this is another thing that's straight from me as a person, is I really try to not influence and put any pressure on people, honestly, like good or bad. I very much have like a fear of influence. I would much rather go through life knowing that I did not negatively or positively influence somebody than try to influence people throughout my life and find out that I've had equally negative influence as I have had any positive influence. Or even worse, what would be even worse is that I had more negative than I did positive. That is like one of the greater fears in my actual like life. Of course, I'm just on here on the internet talking about my fears. This is why we don't do story behind the songs often, okay? And this is why I made it 1,000,000 points last time. I feel like I'm the only person in the spot with the conversation. I'm never going to think of those things. Exactly. Yes, I agree with that, because often I'm thinking about what somebody is saying so much in actual person, like when we're having that conversation, that I don't have nearly as much to say. I'm sitting there like just processing it, and it's like I'm just so bad at it, you know? Wait on my closer latte. That's right, Kuya. That oat milk latte. Oh my gosh, Sonny. Anyways, but this is a lyric about that fear of mine, and it's why I did what I did. So if you remember the story from Fire, I didn't call this person when I have their number. Like I could have done that. I didn't like reach out on Facebook or like DM on Instagram or like show up at her door. Like I literally could have done any of those things. I had the power, the opportunity, the access. I could have done any of those things. And I was judging this situation where realizing that all of a sudden somebody that I had been in this journey with, but separate because we had been told to not speak. And so I was working through this, like, why is it that I haven't been able to tell this person that I love them, and it wasn't even that. I think it wasn't necessarily that, but tell this person that I was ready to spend the rest of my life with this person. Why was it? And I spent that year writing in that journal, right? Trying to get to that point and figure out why I wasn't at that point. And the crazy thing to me was that I did. After a year of writing in that journal and processing that, I did make it to that point, which was something I didn't think I was capable of doing. But making it to that point of like, I actually do want this, and I am willing to give everything up for this, which is just a kind of a taste into the way that I see something like marriage and the importance, the like heaviness and the responsibility of that. But that's something that I spent that year realizing I was actually ready to do when I thought I was not. And so when I was faced with the situation of finding out that there was this, all of a sudden, this other dude that showed up out of nowhere, it was like, wait, what do I do with this information now? That like, for years you've been waiting to hear from me, and I'm saying it, like I'm actually ready to say it. And now I'm finding out that there's somebody like standing in the way. And so I was judging this situation of like, how do you spend this long arriving at this conclusion and then just find out that there's somebody entirely new, like over the last couple weeks. And then you're like, you know what? Like, well, she's talking to somebody, so I'll just, I just won't say anything. It's like, no, like not after I went through what I went through to get to that conclusion. But at the same time, it's like, okay, but if she's talking to somebody, is that like, I don't want to just like, is that what she wants more? Like, I don't know. And I'm not able to have this conversation. So what is the most like least amount of, how can I still deliver what is true to me and what is true to my heart and where I've landed, which is something I know that she's been asking for me to say like for years, but in a way that doesn't like force somebody to face it. Like they have the choice to, if they want to hear it, they can. If they don't have to. And so that's where that lyric comes from. It's like, I all of a sudden was like, wait, it feels fair to me that I get to say this, but it feels unfair if you don't ever want to hear it now. But I don't know. I don't know. So how can I tell you that I love you? No pressure at all. Like, how can I deliver this message in a way that it doesn't actually put any pressure on you to hear it if you don't want to hear it? Right? Like, what? How? And that's why when I started this song, the lyric at first, I did record it this way, but that's why it was, fuck, I've been dying to call, but I can't pick up my phone. And then we go into the chorus. So I'm just out here trying to make it, but I'm running out of time to take it. And I agree, Tom, I don't think there is. And the way that I decided after thinking about it for a long time was to send a letter in the mail because I felt like it was the least intrusive. It wasn't a call that you can't not receive, right? It shows up on your phone and is there. It's like, it's not. And also, which feels cheap too. Like after all of that, like just sending a DM or like hopping on Facebook or making a scene in social media or like calling over and over or showing up at the door. It's like, well, that one doesn't, but those feel like so cheap. It's like, you're just like, it's so easy. It's not as simple as that. And then it's not as like, I'm not as like, what's the word, intrusive as just showing up and being like, you have to face this and this reality and make a decision and have this conversation. Like, I'm just not like, I can't bring myself to do things like that, even when I had the opportunity. You too, Don? So that's why I chose the letter. It just felt like the most like, it was like, look, I have been writing in this thing for a year. And if you've heard the story of fire, then you get to hear all the like details of that thing. But because there's a lot that's just even that. But like, I've been writing this for a long time. Like the least I can do and the most like unpressured thing I feel like I can do is set cards on the table. The cards that you've been wanting to see, I can set them on the table. You can decide if you open them or not. Just out here trying to make it, but I'm running out of time to take it. If I lose another day, then that's the most jealous. So this is actually when I start talking about what I'm doing with my life, because what I'd realized with this person is that my priorities were not in a place to ask this person for this kind of a commitment because I wasn't ready for it. I still loved writing and I loved performing and playing. I loved music more than which was my dream, my pursuit in life. Like that was my top priority. Whereas the girl I was dating at the time was not she wasn't by any means a low priority. She was a very, very high priority. But sometimes you have to actually write out like what the legitimate hierarchy is, because just word of advice, at least from my experience, not that I do this well, but there is a priority list. And if you haven't actually thought about that, there will come a time when two of your top priorities will be sitting up against each other and you have to decide on one. And it can be the simplest decision, or the simplest situation, or it can be a really weighty situation. But there will be a time when your two top priorities are facing each other and you actually have to act. And if you don't know what your priority is, then you will not know which one to choose. And it doesn't mean like it's life or death for either one by any means, but it does mean that those situations happen. And my top priority for so long had been my dream of getting to just of creating music. I love it. And I loved it more. I loved it the most in that time, which is why we'd been told to separate for so long. And so me realizing that I was willing to switch that was what had brought me to this point. And now I'm sitting here saying that look, I'm just out here trying to make it. I'm out here just trying to be able to do what I love the most. And that has been music. And I think it's music. And especially if I don't hear from you, then I guess it is. But I'm willing to let you be the thing above that. And so I'm just out here trying to make it, but I'm running out of time. It's I only have so much time on this earth. I only have so much time to build this and create music and be able to support myself and a family, just whatever making it is. I only have so much time, and I'm losing that time. And if I lose another chance, if I lose another day, then I'm going to be so jealous that I wasn't able to do it. I'm going to be jealous of the alternate reality that I didn't do that, if that makes sense. Especially if I lose them both, right? If you're not going to be this option and this isn't happening, and I spend time trying to make it work just to hit a no and lose the opportunity, lose the days for this, the thing that I actually have cared about as my top priority for so long, I'm gonna be so jealous of the alternate reality of me that could have had either one, and I have neither. And so we get to the second part of the chorus. If you never ran away, then I wouldn't even have to sing it. It's if you had never ran away, I wouldn't even have to write the song. The music wouldn't even have been a thing. I wouldn't even need the music because you would never have left. So much of this music has come from the fact that you did. It's I don't need this, and I wouldn't have needed it because it wouldn't have been written. If you never ran away, then I wouldn't even have to sing this right now because I wouldn't be faced with the jealousy of a different reality that could have happened. And jealous, very much regret in this situation, Jess, yeah. But I'm able to kind of turn it around in the next line of I wouldn't even have to sing it, but you settled for another man, which that's a little harsh because I believe that she found the one that she loves. And I think I'll say it, I will say it, I know that that's true. But in that situation, and for many of the people involved, sorry, my camera, I'll get it turned back on once it stops overheating in here. For the people involved, it definitely did not feel that way because it was just so quick. It was so quick that there was all of a sudden somebody else. For everybody, there's no telling what the story is, and I will leave room for, the way that was built up and created, and that's great and beautiful. But for most of people's realization of the situation, it was just a very quick and all of a sudden you're just the other person that's willing to make it happen, and that is a very clear that's a very clear picture of just settling for somebody who's ignorant to the situation, which most of us were. And I was definitely ignorant to whatever situation built up to bring some other one into it. So yes, to me it felt like settling, and I will not put that on that relationship, but that's what it seemed like. So you settled for another man, and that's the most jealous. So at this point, I really bring it into like, rather than like it's kind of ambiguous and like, what are you jealous of? Jealous of this other reality or this reality. It's like, now I would just be like, that's the most jealous I've ever been. If I lose out on the thing that I have been pursuing, but literally walked up and said, I'm willing to stop this and set this down for you to be my top priority, and then you settle for somebody else, and therefore I've lost this thing, and then you go off with this person. It's like, I literally, like, that will be the most jealous I've ever been, because I will be jealous of him, and I'll be jealous of now this alternate reality that I could have been living. It's like I literally lose both, which you can just tie back into verse 1 of like, that's the way I was feeling about this. That's the most jealous I've ever been. That's the most jealous. Verse 2 starts going into kind of where I'm like at now, or was at later, like thinking back on it. And at this point I had dated another person, because it's years later. What did it say at the beginning? December 6th, 2020 is the last time I edited this song. So I wrote it somewhere around that time, maybe before. But December 6th of 2020, looking back and saying like, okay, I've moved across the country now. I'd dated another person at that point, and it also didn't work out. And it's kind of like, how many more of these situations? None of them have been nearly as intense as this first one that this was written about kind of initially. But that's kind of how all my songs are, is I'll write about something that's happening, but really that also happened years ago in this one relationship that I feel like I really experienced everything with. Everything good and bad in a lot of ways. Not everything, I can't say that, but many things good and many things bad. But I'm looking at it, I'm like, how many more of these relationships is going to cost me? Like, how many more of these like relationships is going to cost before I just give up on this thing that is music, this thing that is my top priority? Like, before I just give up, because it seems at this point in December of 2020, it seems that it's this dream that keeps like ruining this opportunity, because I'm not willing to give this up for these people that I keep hoping I am. And then tying that word back to like, because I laid it down once before and she didn't love me, which is entirely what I've already talked about. Like, I did step into that conversation with like, this is what I'm willing to give up. Like, I laid it down and found out that that you, like, I laid it down for nothing, essentially, which is a line that's in Say It Back. So at this point, I feel like I laid it down once, and I'm kind of trying to like pick it back up, especially December of 2020. When I wrote this, I was not doing my music full time. And so it was even more so like, I'm trying to pick it back up right now. Like, but I've laid it down before and it didn't work out. So I'm on this like tightrope of like, I feel like one of these has to be laid down, and I'm trying to figure out which one it is. And right now it feels like at any given moment, like I'm going to try to lay one down and like drop them both, and then end up without being able to do what I love, or without being able to be with somebody that I love, right? Feels like I loved and lost what they told me a soulmate should be, is what is written on here, which I actually don't think is think that's what I ended up recording. I think I ended up recording what Forever should be, because it just sang better and it fit better and it felt a little less like colloquial and cheesy and more, not cheesy like it was, but sometimes there's even just a slight hint of cheese, and you've got to find something a little more artistic or a little more easy to sing or a little more like phonetically fitting in between whatever two words you have before and after, or in the meter or the inflection. There's a lot of things you got to think about, and I think saying feels like I loved and lost what they told me a soulmate should be. It's like, I think I just didn't like it as much as what they told me forever should be. They both work. Told me a soulmate. Like, you don't really say soulmate. You say soulmate. And I feel like those syllables are very like even. Soulmate. Like, which one is more emphasis on? It probably is soul, but only like slightly. Soulmate. Like, it's not soulmate, but it's not soulmate. It's like soulmate. It's a very even word. Whereas forever, like you're hitting the emphasis on ever. And so on the so if you put that in the song, the melody is there's a very clear emphasis in the melody. That da is the emphasis. Soulmate should be like, that's not some exact symmetric, like that's not even soulmate, because that's very emphasis on soul, whereas forever should be, that's much more phonetically correct in the way that we speak. And that's just another thing you have to think about as you're writing. For anyone who enjoys writing music or has thought about, what if I wrote music or even poems? Part of it isn't always necessarily just rhyming the way words sound, but oh my gosh, Ginger snaps. I'm dead. Ginger, thank you for the dumplings. Thank you for the dumplings. And the boba, of course. We got dumplings and boba on the way. Ginger. Fun songwriting technique and thing to add to what you think about as you're writing music or writing a poem is that sometimes you really do want it to feel as phonetic as possible, because we all speak, we all use whatever language you're writing, and we all use it every single day. And if you write in a way that it like doesn't feel like the way you speak, then you're making it difficult for somebody to hear and remember and sing along. Like you're making it more difficult for them, which is making it in some ways like less of you can't really say this, but less of a good song, because it's not a song that somebody will see and hear as like just like good and ease and rest and like it makes sense and clarity. Like those things are starting to be lost, while you have to make the exception for doing it differently in order to hit somebody in the face with like a moment, which also is a really cool thing and artistic. But I'm trying to think of a good example of something that not only is just like artistically hitting you in the face, but maybe even just bad phonetic phonetic use of words. But I won't mess with it. Regardless, forever fit a lot better than a soulmate. As far as phonetic and just the way it sings, the way it says, even though I do think the word soulmate probably captures it better, but those are the things you have to like balance. It's like, do I want it to sing better, or do I want it to capture it better? And you only have so many words to use. So I had at one point written soulmate, but as I've been singing it, I think I replaced it with forever, and that's what I probably recorded it as. Maybe I'll find an example of being able to like put words that don't hit right, just so you can feel it. But everything you say has a flow, the way it flows. Like that, you would want that sentence of the way it flows to actually flow well. Right? If okay, here's just like, I'm just gonna like vibe on it. Oh man, this camera. I hate that it overheats during the day. Let's see. Hold on, let me read a comment. Ariana in Break Free sings, "Now that I've become who I really are," instead of am. Her label wouldn't let her change it. Wait, in Break Free she sings, "Now that I've become who I really are." Her label wouldn't let her change it? Wait, I need to know that story. Nothing but wholesome love is somebody who understands you in your dream space and chooses you every day. You deserve that. Help me get it. Sonny, I appreciate that. And I think I most of the time believe that. And no, I do. And I appreciate that. I try to balance the realization between that and talent nighttime. Between that, which I think is true, but also the truth of that that many people don't necessarily find something like that, and that has to be okay. Like that's okay, because we are whole and complete as we are. I think that you don't necessarily need love in your life. 1000%. But the dream and idea of a relationship or a soulmate or another person to fill that thing is not actually what it is that you need. And it's what we feel we need. It's what I feel like I need most of the time, honestly. I feel that I try to make it happen. I fail at it over and over. I see the desire for that in my life, but it isn't actually the thing that that would fulfill that. So it's hard because we so easily believe that as well. I so easily believe that. We grow up in a culture that teaches you that you need to find that, other person in a partner and find that. And some people do. Like, I think some people totally do. But we don't. That's not actually where I think you will find that ultimate like wholesomeness of feeling whole. I think it's important that you, however it's done, but I feel like it's important that you find that wholeness independently of other people, and not to not need someone by any means, because we need people, but I think you know what I mean. I don't think I need to keep talking about that, but cherry on the cake, something extra sweet, make life special, your whole exactly. Let's just compare relationships to cherry. It's where you put it on your list. And true talent, it is where you put it on your list of priorities. Yes, and I believe that 100% talent, that community. It's I think that a wholesome and a unconditional love, as Sonny described, someone who understands you, your dreams, your space, and chooses you every day, like despite anything else. Like that unconditional care and love is something that you do deserve, and you should find, and you do need. And I think that you will find that. And I think in community is actually a very beautiful space in which that can be found. It literally does. Right. And so often it's easier to place that all on one person sometimes, because it's just, I can talk to this person, and I can, like, this person has, like, sometimes, I don't know, it's just sometimes it's easier to put all of your needs and issues and whatever and blame sometimes you just want to put it all on a person so you have something to like point at, and it's not always that like simple. And I think the same is for unconditional love. You can't necessarily just expect that and put all of that weight on a single person all the time. But yeah, I'll just say it's a lot. Totally agree. Relationships don't function well if you aren't okay with who and what you are. If you can't love yourself, how can you expect? Totally, yeah, I feel that. Twitch Village, I'm dead. Truly though, Twitch, you guys do a really good job of this, chat, and especially here in the club, I think you guys do a very good job of caring for people unconditionally in the way that you're capable, which I know is through just a digital space, and that will feel limiting in many, many ways. But I think the way that you are able to and how you use it, you do a very good job, and I want to affirm you in that. Yes, Talon, yes. 20 years of marriage, and it took me a long time. I feel you, totally. I feel you. That's good, Sonny. I like that too. And yeah, sometimes, and you don't necessarily have to love yourself first. I think you have to, as Totally saying it, you do have to realize you are whole. But sometimes we don't love ourselves, and sometimes we do need to we do need the unconditional love to be shown to us before we can understand that we are worth being loved. As I think Totally maybe has experienced, because in 20 years of marriage, I'm sure some of those were someone showing you that they loved you. The fact that you were married for that amount of time, and maybe still, maybe not, but like, there is, even at the, I mean, I don't know your story, so I really can't say that, but even just at the basis of being connected for that long and committed, however that did look, for that long, there is a thread of a choice there of choosing you for 20 years, even if they didn't every day, you know. So I'm not going to claim to know your story, because I'm sure it's much more complex than that. But being shown at least a thread of like, I'm choosing you, is there's an unconditional love in there, and that, I hope, brought you more realization of that, of what your worth is. But that's amazing to hear, Tully, and I love that. I 100% do not love myself. Right, Talon, right. Yeah, so I don't remember necessarily how we got into that, but I guess talking about forever and talking about soulmates and what that means, and Sani saying that because you are each worth feeling whole, and I hope that you find, you know, that feeling with somebody. That's incredible, but to know that you're whole despite another person, I think is imperative to life as a human being. But in verse 2, saying that, how many more will it cost before I give this up, the stream, because I laid it down and she didn't love me. it feels like I loved and lost what they told me a soulmate should be, what they told me forever should be, like what I grew up thinking, what I grew up being told from watching Disney movies, and like nothing wrong with Disney in particular, or nothing wrong with movies or media or culture or anything. Like, well, there's a lot wrong, but it is what it is. The issue is if we decide to claim it all as like the way we decide to claim it, right? We can't just like blame the things that we don't understand, or the things that we've understood incorrectly, on culture and go about our miserable life. It's like realize what is incorrect in the way things we learn from culture or media, and know better. Just know better, you know? Know that just because being skinny and having a six-pack and nice tan skin and suave hair sells cologne. Like, know that is true. It sells more cologne when that's the person holding it. But as we see that and be like, oh, so that is what I should strive to be. It's like culture teaches us those things because that is what is seen in like as valuable and as like perfection is as what you need, right? And we just learn that like literally from a commercial, and you're like, oh, so I'm supposed to look like that to dive off of that cliff and have this boat and this life and smell this good or whatever. And that like actually shapes you. And so it's not like their fault. They're just trying to make money, you know? They're just trying to like sell cologne, and they're using this thing to do that. But we take so much more from that. So it's not culture's fault necessarily. It like is, but if you know better, just know better. Like, do your best to know better and not fall like slave to the idea that you need to now be that, right? You just described Sonata. I'm dead. Truly though, that is Sonata though. Anyways, I'm just trying to come up with an example of what is culture. What does Cinderella teach me, you know? Cinderella taught me as a kid that there's a perfect fit for me to be not only like complete, but to be taken out of any miserable thing that I live in, so I can go live in, you know, a castle and have the life of, you know, of a dream. And it's like, that's not true. It's a beautiful story, and it's really fun to watch, and it's fun to dream about and even desire, because that would be amazing. That would be an incredible story, right? But it's not what you need. Whereas maybe in that story, it's depicted as what was needed for that to happen. So I would much rather be a space pirate too, you know? But I'm just saying, if you feel like you need that, maybe figure out why you feel like you need that and where you learned that from, and is it true? And question it. And if you learn differently, then just know better as you watch that movie again, or as you see that commercial again. Like, just know better, you know, as best as you can. But that's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but it is on us, you know, it's on us to do that. So I don't know where I learned what a soulmate should be, what forever should be. I don't know what all has spoken into what that should be, but what it felt like is that I loved and lost what that was, which is an awful feeling, because from what we've been told a soulmate is it's your other half, and there's one of them in the world, and if you missed out on that, it's like that sucks, man. And so that last line of verse 2 it's just so depressing to think that was it while you're turning 23. It's like 23, like you are young. I was young at 23 and still am decently, but I'm not as young as 23. And even 23, you'll kind of, I feel like at 23, you started to feel like you were old and you've lived a lot, but you've lived a decent amount, you've learned a lot, but also you still have a lot ahead of you. But even with all that being true, it's like to think or feel the feeling like, wow, that was it. That's it. At 23 is that's depressing. That's really depressing. And that's how it felt. And that's what I, figure out something with this camera. I'm gonna look up a Google. Nighttime. Yes, Sonny, absolutely. Exactly. Totally. No, that's true though. There is not any shame found in not being okay. That is the human experience. That is the experience that we all have, whether we show it or not, or hide it with things or not. We have the experience that I'm not okay. Like, that is the human experience. It is not shameful, and it's also okay, if not even like courageous, to step into asking for help. Actually, I know it's courageous because I don't do it a lot of the time. I'm very bad at that. And so I see people when they ask for help or ask to a trusted person or therapy or counseling or somebody that's like, hey, can you just help me like think through this, work through this? I see that as so brave because I often cannot bring myself to do it. And so I'm inspired by those. Absolutely inspired by those that have the courage to ask and seek help. That is a courageous thing and something I feel like is it's very, very good. Oh, Big Al, I'm sorry. He says I couldn't be more the opposite of that. I have a 6 keg. Hey, would you rather somebody bring a keg to a party or a 6-pack? Which one, Big Al? As an ex-military guy, it took me almost losing my marriage to realize that. Didn't want to admit it even to myself. It was not okay. Totally, dude, and you're not alone either. But yeah, just to say it's to agree with Totally, there is no shame in that, and it's okay. And even more than okay, I think it's courageous. It's bold, a boldness that inspires me, a boldness that I have once in a while, but see in people and am impressed by when somebody can see and just seek help. Like, man, it seems like, I don't know where we learned that asking for help is a negative thing or a weak thing, but it's like, it's just so much. It's so not. Like, it's so hard to humble yourself. It is so difficult in the human experience for a heart to humble itself, to ask for help. Every man ever, it's like a stereotypical thing that we all have seen in movies or whatever, but the dude like not wanting to ask for directions because we can't humble ourselves enough to just ask for help when we need it. And then you're lost. You're literally lost. Like, who decided that was like better? Who told us that was like the stronger thing to do, to be lost all day? Like, you literally like, why do we go on believing that you're the stronger person? Because you drove around in circles in a city entirely lost, missed whatever engagement you were aiming for because you didn't have the strength found in humility to ask for help. Like, that's the easy thing. That's the easy thing, to feel like, no, I don't need help. And maybe you figure it out. And then that's awesome because you're like, I did this on my own. That's the easy thing and the selfish thing. The hard thing is to be like, oh, I don't know where I am at all, and I need help. Should we ask, or can you help me figure this out? Like, that actually is the difficult thing. If it wasn't the difficult thing, then everybody would be doing it. So So depressing to think that was it while you turned 23. It's depressing. And that happens. It's context, right? A line written within a context. What's up, Matt? And Wheelers, good to see you. 8 months, come on. What's up, Not a Pumpkin? Great to have you. Yeah, Talon. True. When you feel like you are the one that's most often helping people, it's even more difficult because it's like, people see me as, this person. They see me as someone who doesn't need help. So what's it sacrificing? A bit of a reputation, I suppose. That can be difficult. Unsung, what's up, man? Anyways, I think that's the end of that song. So depressing to think that was it while you turned 23. Here's all the lyrics that didn't get used. They were probably all awful. I ask all the right questions but can't find the answers for me. Ha! That's actually an interesting line. That kind of sounds like what Talon's saying. Big Al, I'm with you too. I get that. I'm afraid of what people think less of me or differently. I totally get that, and that's what I'm talking about. It's like, man, I don't want people to think that, I'm less capable. I never want that, but that's the thing. It's like it's just like it's okay. It's okay. And this is me admitting to you how much I needed help. Like, this is I was in a very needy place when writing this. No, none of us do, man. You're in good company there. I mean, Talon just said that. Literally like word for word. I don't want people to think I'm too broken. I don't want people to think I'm broken or damaged. I don't either. I'm saying it out loud. I'm reading your words because I'm saying them out loud from myself. I don't want people to think I'm broken. But right, Talon? Oh my gosh, dude. Same, man. Oh, anyways, that's where this song came from, so hope you guys don't mind that. I probably talked about that for maybe over an hour. This tune I'll play again for us one more time, just to give you the context, and now give you the words once again with their melody, with their meter. You guys ready for this song one more time? I know you've heard it a lot today, but it is the story behind Jealous. SBTS. I love that Toddy. That's good, Tilly. That is a good correction of that sentence. That's a good correction of that sentence, which means you have had some lessons learned in this. You have had some good therapy in this. And you do have a wonderful wife. And I'm thankful for the lessons you've learned. I'm thankful for the way that you can state what's true, even though it may not feel like it's true all the time. If you struggle to feel like it's true, still stating it and saying it with your words, it makes your mind have to think them in that order, because you have to now think the words that I do feel I'm worthy of her and her love, right? Your mind has to actually think them in that order if you say them out loud. Jess, welcome in. Thanks for the follow. I see that it's dark. I'm sorry, but the camera will turn on in a moment. Until then, here's the room. We need a nighttime counter command. Yep, Louis. It's just getting warm, man. This room is warm. It can't handle the daytime. If I had AC, it would be different. Song one more time, if you guys don't mind. Thanks for hanging with me in the Closure Club for the story behind the song. Today's song was Jealous. It's pretty hot. Oh, I've been dying to call, but can't pick up my phone. Tell me which damn mistake did I make? It's got me all alone, all alone. I think we should talk, but if you don't, I'll just write a song. How can I tell you I love you? No pressure at all, none at all. I'm just out here trying to make it, but I'm running out of time to take it. If I lose another day, then that's the most jealous. If you never read away, then I wouldn't even have to sing it. You settled for another minute, that's the most jealous I've ever been, I've ever been, I've ever been. That's the most jealous I've ever been, I've ever been, I've ever been. That's the most jealous I've ever been, ever been, I've ever been. How many more will it cost before I give up a dream? 'Cause I laid it down once before, but she didn't love me, love me. Feels like I loved and lost what they told me forever should be. So depressing to think that was it while you turned 23. Oh yeah, I'm just out here trying to make it, but I'm running out of time to take it. If I lose another day, then that's the most jealous. If you never read away, then I wouldn't even have to sing it. You settled for another minute, that's the most jealous I've ever been, ever been. Oh, I've ever been, I've ever been. Ooh, ever been, ever been. I'm just out here trying to make it, but I'm running out of time to take it. If I lose another day, then that's the most jealous. If you never read away, then I wouldn't even have to sing it. You settled for another minute, that's the most jealous I've ever been, ever been, ever been. That's the most jealous I've ever been, I've ever been, I've ever been. That's the most jealous. An original song called Jealous. We just had a full stream for the story behind the song. Thank you guys for hanging with me through it. I appreciate it. Na, 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 na. So I do music too. Then you should phrase it so it's all in one line, like jealous I've ever been. Not sure if that makes sense. Jam up. You'd have to show me. You'd have to show me what you think. What you thinking? Absolutely, Space. Let's see if I can get this mic. Leia. Discord, jam up. If you got an idea, I'd love to hear it. If you are in the Discord, toss it into, or just message me on Discord. For sure, Blitz. It's good to see you. How are you? Mart, welcome in. How have you been? No. Cabra in the house as well. Leia, nice. That is kind of, I mean, not that I want the songs to hit any harder or make you more emotional, but I do care that they share a story. I care that they share meaning, and that when you hear any of my original music, that you've gotten the opportunity to hear the story behind that, the things that we get to talk about in that space, and the things that maybe have been intentionally poured into those words. You're able to like remember those things, like hear those things, and exist in that space again as you hear them, you know. Are you able to join Boombox Room? It'd be easier. I didn't know Boombox Room was still in existence, so I'll have to delete that channel. But no, not right now. I can't jam up. If you're able to like send a recording, that'd be perfect. And I appreciate your understanding, man. Dude, enjoy that salad, bro. Let's see. That song actually is out on Patreon as well. So if you are in the Patreon world, then you've heard that version. If you're not, then that is a space where you can. I feel like I've been talking about Patreon a lot lately, but that's it's because it's that end of the month moment when I'm normally uploading a new song to it, and we did just last night. So, is it ice cream time? Yes or yes? Circle one. I got here after most of the story, but got here all good. K-bruh. We did talk about the story behind Jealous, and that tune. Oh, there it goes. I lose my camera again. Let's get it turned off. Oh, I wonder if I can settings here. Make this. I guess it would, they wouldn't know when it's. I'm gonna try this. Deactivate when not showing thing and just see what happens. New silo mode, exactly, Star Wars. Thanks, Estrax, and thanks, Louis. that a bad thing? Like, is that something I should not do? Or I think it's that. Yeah, I think it's the second one. Yes, Malia, and enjoy whatever you're heading out to. Nice. Okay, jam up. Thanks, dude. I see, Strax. Okay, that's good. Thank you guys for looking that up, because I was literally going to Google it after this stream. We just can't keep having this, you know? But that means that the nighttime command will be most likely rendered useless. We'll see. It's downside. Me too, jam up. Smart guy. I was actually, I learned from Elemental P Official, so I went to the Elemental P Official, which is one of the better looking streams on all of Twitch. And I was like, dude, what camera do you use, man? And he was kind enough to tell me, and then went with me to Best Buy as we made the purchase. What a kind dude. Freaking Elemental P. Jim, that's a good story too. Right, Estrax? Stella. doing, fam? Stella. JR in the house. What's up, man? How you doing? Thanks, Stella. That's good, Louie. We love to hear it. Actually, almost done with my coffee. JR stream not two times a day, but kind of on this day I do. For a lot of people, it's twice a day on kind of my Monday, Tuesday span. But I normally stream the same time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in the evening over here on the West Coast. But since I stream on Tuesdays in the morning, that evening stream on Monday and a Tuesday morning, they kind of end up happening within a 12-hour period. So somebody in the world is getting 2 streams in one day. Our UK fam. I've played your piano from Café 15 a bunch. Yo, Space, I love that. I actually saw that clip you posted, or maybe it was just a comment you put on the YouTube on that specific video, but I went and listened and I was like, oh man, that's really nice. Like it was a nice little moment. But I'm glad that specific moment's treating you well. I should collect all just the piano kind of solo moments and put them in a playlist as well as clips. Absolutely, Kua, thanks for chilling with us, man. I hope you're doing good. That's made for ponytails. If you don't like it, please give it to someone who does. Okay. Can do, Stella, will do. Totally, really. The whiskey, tea, and honey is just the evening streams. We do coffee in the morning, but I'm glad that Totally you're enjoying a hot toddy. It's a good drink. To confirm, he does hog the blankets. I'm dead. Space, I'm pretty sure that's true. Yeah, it was like really soon after I'd posted them, and I was like, "What? There's already a comment on them?" And it's like, sure enough, Space with the timestamps. I was like, "Wow, how?" Kuya, it is July 8th, I believe. That date has not been announced officially yet on Mogul Things that I'm aware of, but it's been announced in our streams. So anyone who's part of the streams has gotten to hear when the next one is. But we'll post the date. I'm probably here in a few weeks. A hot tully. That was too cruel even for me. I'm dead. Stealing that. All you have to do is make it your own, you know? A hot toddy is normally, it's really just tea and whiskey. So kind of whatever you do to that, you know, you can make it a hot tully. We do lemon and ginger here at the Mogul House and some honey. more of a proper hot toddy. Would kill to see Alicia Keys do a song together. Wait, with me? What? That would be crazy. I don't think Alicia Keys would stand in a room. That's a voice of epic proportions. Perfect. Estrax, thank you. Between you and Louie, I really appreciate you guys looking that up. And also Jam Up as well for the confirmation that it's a thing. Thanks, Mel. I guess we probably should be wrapping up our stream for the day. I've got some things I got to get done today. It's a Tuesday. Also, we are celebrating 1 year of Twitch for Sonata G Major. If you do not know Sonata G Major, then where have you been? But Sonata G Major is one of our incredible moderators here in the Closure Club, and a wonderful, wonderful friend of mine, and many of us. But definitely catch the Sonata G Major 1 year Twitchiversary this evening on his channel. And yes. For the hot Totally thing. Yes, Totally, dude. Thanks for the 500 bits, man. Mel, and thank you for the command for Patreon. I did. We released another song on Patreon last night. You guys are probably sick of hearing me say this. I really like this one. This is one of the more introspective and the sort of sadder songs I've written in a while, but it was really good to get out of from within myself and have as a piece outside of me than inside of me, if that makes sense, of art. So it's there. It is out on Patreon. There may be a few things I tweak, so I may swap the file out over the next few days, but it is released. It is our March song. Those of you on Patreon have already heard. I've seen the comments. Seen you guys hanging out on that tune. But the song is As Long As I Can is the title of the tune, released on Patreon yesterday. So many celebrations. I know, right, Space? Yo, Talon, that's actually perfect. We will do that for sure. So now I should do a 365-hour-long stream. Dude, that would be so wild. That would be so wild. Estrax, that's not a bad idea, though. You have good ideas. You have good ideas, my friend. Yes. Yes, Sonny. Yes. And actually, Sonny, I feel like it's probably like 3 a.m. for you, but if you want to hop in a call or something, if we need to talk through some of that, we can do that here in a moment as well, if you're free and decide that you would like to do that. Space, maybe also if you are free. Meanwhile, a 365-minute stream is still 6 hours. Totally. That's not a bad idea. 365-minute stream. Maybe for my 2-year Twitchiversary, we'll do what's 365 plus 365? Be 730? 730? Is that right? Not great math, but 7:30. Is it? We can do a 730-minute stream for my 2-year. Oh, true. Okay. All right, Sonny, we will find another time. We will find another time so you don't wake up your family. No. Wish I had a pink hoodie. Stella, it is on the way. It's on the way. We do have merch, though, over on theclosureclub.com. Theclosureclub.com. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that incorrectly. If you are a small or medium size, those are the only ones I have left, but they do exist. All my socials are there in chat. If you scroll up a little bit, Starburst, hit the command for them. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all the places. YouTube are where all of my VODs live. So if you are a VOD watcher, you like to watch past streams, you can go to my YouTube channel and find all of those collected into playlists. So go hang out in that space if you would like. And let's see. Discord, favorite place, favorite social media. If you're not in our Discord, we'd love to see you there. And I do have music out on all streaming platforms. So if you don't want to hop into a Patreon space where I know that's kind of got to toss some skin in the game to hear those songs on Patreon every month. But if you use Spotify or Apple Music or any of those, I do have music released publicly as well under the name Closure. You can find me, and I would love to see you in any of those spaces, whichever ones you choose you'd like to step into. Other than that, Familia, I've got some things I need to do, and grab a raid chat because we are going to send our raid to, I believe, Rolling Stone, which is super fun that we get to raid Rolling Stone. So thanks, Talon, for this suggestion. We always raid outside of the music category on our cafe streams, even though cafe streams a lot of times do end up being music content. Just fun to show some love outside of the music sphere for a change. There's not, Mel. Not that I'm aware of. Should get that made. Nice, totally. Well, enjoy. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. And thanks, Jess. Love you so much. Club, grab your raid chats. We're going to send our familia to the Rolling Stone channel. What a vibe. We love the Rolling Stone here on Twitch. So hop over with us so we can go show some love. They showed a lot of love to us at the South by Festival, South by Southwest. And we got to play with them. And it was quite the honor. See y'all in Sonata's 1 year. Yes, see you in the 1 year. I'd love to see you there. For Sonata. Jess, love you so much. Will do, Blitz, you too. Thanks, Estrax. Thank you guys for hanging out with me in the club today for a story behind the song. We listened to the story behind the song Jealous, the original song Jealous today. So this VOD will be up at some point, hopefully in the near future. And if you're listening from the VOD, also hello to our VOD watchers. We love you. Thanks for sticking around to the very end. Familia, I will see you over in the Rolling Stone channel. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. And also shout out to Ginger Snaps for the dumplings and the boba. Love you, Ginger Snaps. Fam, I will see you guys tomorrow evening back here in the club for the Closure Club Wednesday night. And I'll see you tonight in Sonata's chat for this 2 year anniversary. Peace, y'all. Bye.